Hey folks, this video is why I own gold, but I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, and let me open with a disclaimer: it's not economics advice, financial advice, or advice of any kind. You and you alone should seek out the professional advice that is right for you and all your affairs. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Those are my disclaimers. So why do I own gold, but I'm not a big fan of it? And the reason why is I'm going to give you the example. I just made off one of my oil plays 3 times my original investment. Okay. And that was Valero. I just sold VLO. Okay. At 127 a share. I bought it at about 43. So I tripled my money basically on Valero in 18 months. When was the last time you were able to triple your money on gold in 18 months? Right? So that's why I own gold, but I'm not a big fan of it. Okay? And because there's a lot better investment vehicles to get us where we want to go, which is freedom, right? The goal of all finance should be my end game is freedom. I want to be in the 5 out of 100, right? Because 95% of Americans basically retire broke, or the world actually, and 5% retire somewhat successful, okay, or free, able to make choices and not live under economic stress, okay. And so one of the problems I have with gold is, one, it doesn't pay a dividend, two, it's very volatile, and three, I can do this much faster, knowing how the markets work, how to play the game, what's in favor, what's out of favor, using cyclical economics in the industry, right? Bouncing between commodities, industry, technology, so on and so forth, and real estate. Being able to go back and forth and invest, buy low, sell high. Okay, now gold does give us some advantages against the dollar. For instance, I hold gold and it is making me money against the dollar in a savings vehicle, right? So I buy the gold and I hang on to it in a vault in my capital, and silver as well. But there's another reason why I don't like gold and silver as much as many gold bugs and silver bugs do. And the reason why is, it's with Valero and companies in oil, I knew exactly what we were holding in the US. I knew what the producers could do. I knew what demand was going to be, and I could forecast clearly a path forward. On oil, very simple, wasn't it? Tripled my money, pulled the trigger today, and got out. Okay, that was just one. I own several oil companies that I'm holding, but Valero tripled too fast for me. And anytime I triple something in 18 months, I'm out. Okay? And that's it, because I know fundamentally something's wrong. Nothing should rise that fast, especially in oil stock, okay? When we could be heading into a short-term deflation. So I wanted risk off the table, and this was my high flyer, and I wanted out. Exxon's tripled for me, and I'm not going to get into everything else, okay? But they're doing quite well. So I'm holding them because they have more legs up no matter what happens. Valero could get taken out 20, 30 points down in a massive stock market correction. So that's why I pulled. But the reason why I'm skeptical of gold and silver is this: the global elites, okay, if China, Russia, and India want to go to this new economy separate from the West, right, decouple and go to gold, oil, food, other things, the West is going to have to do something about that. And that's the global elite, the ones that I've shared about, not the Bezos, the Buffetts, and all of them. It's the true evil overlords that run us in the West. And also, one more thing I want to share that may frighten many of you is the U.S. has over 1 billion ounces, possibly 2 billion ounces of silver in a warehouse that it can release anytime it wants. Did you know that? Were you even aware of that? That's not even to say all the silver coinage they've probably pulled off the pulled out of circulation, right? Okay, so the U.S. probably has between 1 and 2 billion ounces of silver it can release into the world anytime it wants. Okay, And that's a scary thought, isn't it? That the U.S. is holding 1 to 2 billion ounces of silver in a warehouse somewhere. Isn't that kind of scary? That's not on the books. It's not trading. It's nothing else. I think they do use it to manipulate the market up and down. Okay? But it's still a scary thought, isn't it? Well, let's think about this too. If the global elites want to stay fiat currencies and protect that currency, China, Russia, India, and all them want to go to gold and other things, wouldn't it be a smart plan to have a massive dump of gold somewhere to possibly crash the price of gold if those countries are doing something you don't want, right? So let me get to the next point. Now we know that 1 to 2 billion ounces of silver sit in a warehouse in the US. We know this. This is confirmed, okay? This isn't conspiracy theory crap. You can go look this up for yourself. It came from some massive experiments we were doing at one time, and the silver just sits there, okay? So now, where is the lost German gold? And what about all these gold finds they've been finding around the world yet are confiscated? You following me here? Many other things are going on. So where is all this lost gold? Okay? Do you think they can't find it now? If we can find oil down at the bottom of the ocean, you don't think we can find gold using the same process of detection? You know what I mean? Okay. So I speculate as well that we're not the only ones holding 1 to 2 billion ounces of silver, maybe somewhere in our country. Okay? Maybe Germany, France, Spain, Italy, and several others might be doing the same thing. I don't know. But it worries me to think that that could be going on. Okay? But what about gold? How much secret gold could nations possibly have? If we have that much silver, how much secret gold could nations possibly have? Okay, we know China, we can speculate China's number about between 30 and 50,000 tons. I can speculate India's holdings of about 60,000 tons in the people's hands, not the government. China's between the people and the government, okay, on gold. But the U.S. supposedly only has 8,000, 133 or something like that tons. But also under the Federal Reserve, how much gold is under the Federal Reserve? Not in Fort Knox. Okay, that's the other thing. A lot of the world's gold holdings are under the Federal Reserve in the U.S. That's an interesting story as well. But how much secret gold could all of the countries of the West be holding? Okay? And this is one of my concerns about gold long term. Okay, even though I'm a holder of gold, I don't invest in gold, I hold gold in case, again, a hedge against inflation and in case of a dollar collapse, right? But what if there was a massive gold mine in the United States that they know about that's on federal land that no one's allowed to tap? And anytime they want, they could turn on the floodgates and flood the global market with gold. Now, what if a few countries involved in the West, the global elite, right, the evil overlords plan, could have maybe 5 of those mines around the world in different countries? I don't know, folks, but it could be possible. So that's why I prefer to invest in industry, oil, things like that are tangible, that pay me a dividend, so on and so forth, because I don't know the games. They play games with money. You don't think they're playing games with gold? The global elite are not that stupid. While they do appear to be stupid, they're just not. So might they have a long-term plan? And why don't people like Warren Buffett own the heck out of gold if it's such a great investment? Why don't people, others that are really smart, savvy investors, why aren't they loaded up on gold if it's all that great? Maybe all those mega wealthy, maybe they all know something we don't. I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there, and this isn't financial advice. Now, I hold gold. I don't buy when it's high, like I feel it is now, and it could go as high as 2,400. I'm still not buying any more gold right now. I only need to buy 7 more ounces and I'm finished for my lifetime ever buying gold again. Okay, just like I finished buying silver, I don't know how long ago. I quit buying silver long ago, okay? And I'll never buy an ounce of silver again unless it's something that's neat that I just want to own for personal owning, but not for holding, okay? And I bought enough silver, and I'll finish my gold possibly in the next couple of years, which is only 7 more ounces that I need to buy, but I refuse to buy when I feel something's overvalued. But those are the reasons why I'm a skeptic of gold. If we hold that much silver in a warehouse, how much secret gold could there be in all the Western countries possibly combined that could flood the market all at once and crash that price to collapse the nations that maybe want to go to a gold standard, and should they ever choose to? And that's the thing that would keep me up at night if I was a long-term investor of gold. I'm a long-term holder, not an investor for that reason. I feel there might be secret, massive dumps of gold, such as the lost German gold, that they're not talking about. Just like those 1 to 2 billion ounces of silver that are sitting in a warehouse in the U.S. that we know about. So there's my reasons right there. I hope this video has been fun. Anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts of why I don't bank my life on gold or silver. Those are my reasons why. I've seen too many shenanigans, and I've watched gold and silver do this my whole life, right? Whoa, whoa. So that's why as well. And I can make a lot more money faster on vehicles that I absolutely know where they're headed by simply doing a forecast on supply and demand. Jim out.